become the motherfucking storm. You're going to make your path and create the landscape that you want. You're going to take your shit to the next level. You're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to fucking make excuses. You're not going to procrastinate, waste fucking time. You're going to challenge yourself and push yourself. You need to get coaching so you can be held accountable. You're going to put down your fucking KPIs. You're going to put down your 30, 60, 90, 180 goals, and you're going to go fucking crush it. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to get out of my show. If anything else, you need to fucking get that out of my show. You need to be like, fucking A, that makes sense. Ding, the bell went off. I got to go out there and fucking do this. I don't care if you're a single mom or you're fucking stuck in a dead end job or you just opened a company and you're struggling or the fucking company is flourishing and you're doing 40, 50 million a year. Any one of those, I'm talking to all of you. You're hitting bumps, fucking do something about it. And if you're not hitting bumps, then start becoming the fucking storm so you can build the landscape up, because bumps need to come, because after you go through fucking battles, you get blessings. We allow what people's status is to really determine how we're going to act. I mean, think about it. You pull into a parking lot with whatever car you have, and if there's many more nicer cars than yours, in most cases, you're like, oh shit, it's kind of an embarrassing car. Or if your car is definitely the nicest and you're like, holy shit, I got the nicest car in the parking lot and you got a lot of swagger. It really and it's sad, but that's the life we live in. You know, people are chasing likes more than they are love, more than they are money. It's like me, like me, like me, like me, which is fucking crazy. But it's the world we live in. Almost always you want to be the buffalo. There are times you need to be the fucking storm. What's that mean, Jason? Great fucking question. That means when you're the storm, everything is up for grabs. Meaning no more fucking time for bullshit. All in, let's fucking go. Fucking you control the entire fucking landscape. Being a buffalo means you have your map. You're ready to rock and roll. Oh, here's the storm. You run through it and hit it head on. When you're the storm, you're making the shit happen. You're the one that controls all of it. And it's hard to do and you can't do it every fucking time. But there are times you got to be the fucking storm. How to grow, how to hire, how to build culture. You know, there's 3 reasons why people take a fucking job. 1, they take the job because they see career opportunity. They see the advancement. They see the staircase of growth. They're like, oh shit, I could do that. And you got to have real life examples. You got to showcase those employees that have started with you and grown up so you can say, hey, look, this can be you. That's 1. 2, money. Obviously, people want to chase some money. I get that. 3 is culture. You've got to learn how to do all fucking 3 for your company. We were spending over $10 million a month on all digital ad spend to get customers. That's right, $10 million a fucking month, $120 million a year. Do the math on that. You ain't met a motherfucker that spends money like that to grow their business. So I want to take my knowledge and my experience and everything that I've got, my wins and my losses. People never want to talk about their losses. They want to fucking, beat their chest. I'm the champ. Motherfucker, you a chump. Real men, real strength deal with their losses and hit them head on. Real motherfuckers can talk about it. They don't get all fucking bowed up and shit like they're badasses on the phone and fucking run their mouth on fucking internet. No. And they think that they're God's greatest gift. I mean, they're all the same. Oh, I get the cars and I'm this fucking guy and I'm fucking, yeah, look at me. I've never had money before. I went through that fucking stage, dude. Trust me. Fucking douchebag stage is what I call it. You need to learn to be real with people. They need to understand that not only are you relevant, but that you're relatable. They're like, that could be me. Like, fuck, how can I be better? Well, first of all, you got to do a gut check in the mirror and say, how can I be better? You got to first own your problems, okay? And 2, you got to talk about your losses with yourself. Because if you just fucking lose and you suppress it, you're not learning anything from it. You've got to fucking swallow that shit and learn from a loss. I'm here to talk about losses. I'm here to say, look, I've been to the fucking top and then had my whole fucking legs cut off and fell to the bottom, and I'm building the back up. That's what the fuck I'm doing. And she literally in the gym, I haven't seen her in a long time. I'm like, well, Trump's probably win. She goes, I bet you'd suck his dick and get orange stuff lipstick all over your face. And I'm like, what? What did you just say? Are you fucking like, and she got so angry. I've never seen her that way. And I bring this up because I see this all the time. That the left plays this, I'm holier than thou, I'm all for the people, I'm anti-division, I want everyone to succeed, but if you give me Trump, I'm leaving the country and I'm wishing the worst on you and I'm going to say all these hateful screaming things. We didn't do that with Biden. We weren't screaming and yelling and calling him names and being vicious and saying these inappropriate things. Like, we were just like, he's a dumbass and he's old. And we let it go. You guys are just so much. It's just so exhausting. We waste millions and millions and billions of dollars for elections, for egos, for somebody to say, pick me, I'll be in charge. Why don't we spend that fucking money in real change and paying teachers more and research for cancer and helping families out that need help? The reason why everyone wants to come here is because we've always done the right thing. We have secured borders. You have to go through the process to be a citizen. We offer the best opportunity for jobs. We have the best military. We offer some of the best healthcare out there. We got to do better at schooling. Like, all of those things, right? We're diluting that by just bringing people in where cities are going bankrupt and broke, having to spend all this money on immigration and give them credit cards and do, like, guys. And I feel bad for people needing asylum. I get it. But it's not our fucking problem. It's not our fucking problem. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to be upset. You're not allowed to say death to America. You're not allowed to take down our fucking flag. Like, how fucking dare you? We're not even in this motherfucking war. Like, stop. Of course, we're going to support. Do you guys remember what's happened in Israel over time? Like, guys, it's not our fucking place to get involved in everything. And it's not our place to allow everyone to come in our fucking country. Like, there's going to be a civil war one day because you got all these pansy fuck sticks on the left side that fucking push and push and push and push and push and pull and say all the shit until the shit punches them right in the fucking face. Everybody's a fucking gangster till a gangster walks in. Everybody thinks they're a badass till they get punched in the fucking mouth. And I got news for you. All these fucking people that are acting like that, that's the kind of shit that happens. Like, this is ridiculous. My kids have to grow up seeing this shit, death to America. Take your fucking whatever you are ass and get the fuck out then. Not death to America. Death to you, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do we have to deal with this shit? Why do we have to get up and fucking pay taxes and fight in the military and protect this country and do all these things for people to just come in here free of charge, not have to jump through hoops, don't know who you are, wear a fucking mask on your face like a fucking chicken shit and run your mouth? Why? It's wrong. Shouldn't have a right to do that. It's so fucking inappropriate. It's just so disgusting. It's frustrating. You shouldn't say death to America ever. Like, to me, those are fighting words. You're my motherfucking enemy when you say that shit. I asked these kids that were getting ready to go to college with their grades. And I said, let me ask you something. Jimmy, what is your grade? I have a 4.0. Great. Jenny, what's yours? I'm a 3.5. Great. Kinsey, what's yours? I'm a 3.7. Great. Steve, what's yours? I'm a 2.5. Great. So they're all applying for different colleges. And I asked them, I said, what if all of you guys blended? Like, what if we took the average of your grades? So, you know, you got a 4.0 and you got a 3.7, you got a 3.5, you got a 2.5. So we averaged them all at 3.2. So you guys all get a 3.2 and then you apply for your colleges. Would that be fair? And they're like, no. Well, of course it wouldn't be fair. Why wouldn't it be fair? Well, because I worked harder. So you want to penalize taxes on somebody who makes more. I'm not saying they should pay more taxes. They should, but they shouldn't pay a higher percentage. If I make $1,000 and I pay 10%, I make $100,000 and I pay 10%. I make $1 million and I pay 10%. I make $5 million, I pay 10%. I'm still paying more. I'm still paying more because I made more. So I'm still contributing more than someone making less. And I see this person wrote, Biden has accomplished more in 1 year. Trump did in 4. Right? Trump did, like, are you serious? This guy's a fucking moron. He murdered 1.2 million. First of all, asshole, the COVID killed everybody. It's not he murdered anybody. And secondly, dude, I don't even know what Biden's accomplished because I know everything around me costs more. Let me tell you what isn't nonsense, because during that time when he was elected, you had Black Lives Matter. Well, motherfucker, I ain't seen Black Lives Matter fucking marching anywhere right now. And I'm not saying black lives don't matter, because I think they do matter. I think all lives fucking matter. But I also think that nobody's marching. And they only marched, in my opinion, to prove a fucking point for political reasons and being pushed because Trump was in office. And that hurt him getting reelected.
One of the most insidious forms of child neglect is a parent who's not pursuing their own dreams and potential. And then you start projecting those limiting thoughts and beliefs onto your children unknowingly. Slowly but surely it leaks out of you. And you start shrinking what life is, what their potential is. And you install these belief systems in your kids, because most things your kids will get from you are caught, not taught. They catch it. And if they catch the fact, if you're raising a child right now and you know in your heart, I'm not pursuing my vision, I'm not pursuing my potential, I'm not all over my dream, you're neglecting your children when you do that. The second chapter of the book, The Power of One More, is about identity. And I talk about what your identity isn't. I made the mistake, like a lot of people do. My identity was linked to what I did or what I achieved. If it's contingent on that, you're setting yourself up for a big bunch of failure instead of who you are. And this self-confidence thing, the truth is, it's an internal game. I give like a bunch of tips in the book on self-confidence, but one of them is you got to keep the promises you make to yourself. That's baseline. Self-confidence is a reputation with oneself. And if you don't have confidence, because you don't have a good reputation with you, because I don't naturally have any self-confidence. I wasn't raised feeling great about myself. And that's where I came up with the power of one more. What if not only did I keep the promises I made to myself, but I always did one more? I'm going to make 10 contacts today. Now I make one more. I'm going to tell my daughter I love her today. Nope, I'm going to do it one more. I'm going to go to the gym and do a set of 10. Nope, I'm doing one more. I'm doing 30 minutes on the treadmill. Nope, I'm doing one more. And you start stacking up these one mores in your life, you become a different human being over time. You are much closer, and you've proven this. You are the transitions you've made. You are much closer to your dream than you think you are. And because you think it's far away, you have a depth perception issue, not a vision issue. It's depth perception. You think it's so far away, you behave like it, and you don't see the things around you. Here's the truth. You're one decision away from a different life. One relationship, one meeting, one thought, one podcast, one emotion, one book away from a different life. I have a chapter in the book called Busting Open the Pinata. It's the magic of compound pounding, which is what you're saying. You're making invisible progress most of the time, but you don't know it. And so it occurred to me, I'm at this 5-year-old's birthday party. They're hitting this pinata, the kids. First kid pounds the pinata, no candy comes out. Second kid hits it, no candy comes out. Third kid, no candy comes out. Now some of the kids are starting to quit and get disinterested. About the sixth kid gets up, hits it one time, bam, all the candy comes out, everybody celebrates. That's how life is. You're making invisible progress. They were breaking down. The last hit didn't break the pinata. The cumulative hits broke the pinata. But most people won't stick around long enough for whatever the proverbial candy is, the relationship, the body, the money, the business. As they're making these compound pounds, you're making progress. It's just invisible over time. So there's a pinata analogy in our lives. We think it's going to happen as quickly, and it's so big. Just keep taking swings. I know that sounds sort of like rah-rah. It's not. You're making progress invisibly. The truth is, when my dad got sober, I wrote one more because my dad tried one more time to get sober. When my dad got sober, I said, Daddy, are you going to stay sober the rest of your life? He goes, I don't know. I'm going to stay sober for one more day. And so if you're thinking about quitting whatever you're doing, just don't quit for one more day. You don't have to make a lifetime commitment to something, right? You have to just not do it for one more day. You know, a lot of people don't want to do what it takes to win. They'd rather have fun. They would rather have fun. And I was telling my son the other day, I said, Max, he's a golfer. He's a college golfer. I said, Max, remember what Dad's telling you right here. Winning is more fun than fun is fun. And it's a fact, man. You win, that is more fun than any empty fun you think you're going to have. Do the things other people aren't willing to do, man. And when you win, that's 1,000 times more fun than at the club or watching Netflix or laying around eating Cheetos. Winning's more fun than fun is fun.
Failure is fuel. Losing $400 million hurts. Losing those employees hurts even more. And upsetting and leaving those customers hanging hurts the most. And what can I do with that? Tell you what I can do is I can use it as fuel. You know, I coach people on how to be redundant, not trust your partners all the time. Make sure you look into things. Make sure they do their due diligence. Generac told us so many times, oh, we should have done more due diligence. What they should have done was a national recall. And I became smarter. And look, they ruined my company. God always has a plan. I hate it for these customers. I hate it for these employees. I don't know what that means, what this plan is, but I couldn't control this plan. And that's what dictated me of, hey, sometimes you got to become the storm. So you know what I'm doing now? I'm teaching people not to put themselves in this position. I'm educating people on what to look for in vendors, how to scale their business, how to take failure and turn it to fuel, how to take problems and make it motivate you. You know, we weren't profitable last month. Good. We'll be profitable this month. We got something to strive for. You know, when you get to the top of the mountain, sometimes you get complacent. Sometimes you get comfortable. And for some reason, I flourish when I'm uncomfortable. 6-packs are in. 6-packs means you're a douchebag. That means you don't give a shit about your lady. You don't give a shit about... I don't see a lot of rich guys. It's rare. Actually, Wes talked about it. Rich and ripped. A lot of ripped guys aren't rich because they're fucking stupid and they don't know how to make money. They spend all day not eating anything but lettuce and working out all day. Therefore, they only give a shit about themselves, so they're selfish. So they're probably selfish in business. They don't know how to take care of the people. They're definitely selfish with women. That's why they're always like, You know, and women are like, all he cares about is going to the gym and rubbing his six pack. Why don't you motherfucker you take her on a fucking private jet? Go on an island. I bet that'll fucking moist her a lot faster than your fucking six pack. Maybe I'm wrong. If I had to bet, more women would take the chubby, unattractive millionaire, the hotter women, the better looking women. 7s and above, this is my bet. We're going to do a poll here. 7s and above. So ladies out there that are, you feel like you're a fucking, you know if you're a fucking 7 or not. If you're a 4, bitch, you know you're a 4. Okay? If you're a 2, don't even fucking respond because it doesn't matter. Okay? Nobody's talking to you anyways. You're a fucking 2. Why are you laughing? Those are facts. If you're a 2, I'm sure they got like fucking date mammoth websites or something. I don't fucking know. But my point is, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying, if you know you're a 2, you're a 2. They have uglybutkind.com. You join that group, you date who you want. Because you can't be ugly and mean. Those are facts. How many times in this world do we see people all the time come through and they disrupt this world, they change the whole world? I mean, I could name so many people. Martin Luther King, Thomas Jefferson, you know, the list goes on of all of these inventors, creators, Elon Musk. I mean, these people that go out there and they just disrupt the world. They are the storm. There are lots of buffaloes, and I've been a buffalo my whole life, just fighting through. And maybe you're a cow and you got to get to that level, being a buffalo and fighting through and have that buffalo mindset. But being the storm is when you graduate from being a buffalo and you're like, you know what? I fought all my battles. Now I'm going to create everything. I'm making my own battles now. And that's what I had to do. You've got to be the storm. You're the one who's got to create the havoc. You're the one who's got to turn it upside down. You're the one who's got to dictate what's next. You're the one that's got to go out and put out and draw your map and create it. You're the one that's got to start taking those levels and taking those steps and not letting now the outside world dictate what's going on or fighting through it. But sometimes you've got to create the disruption. Sometimes you've got to create the change. You've got to make a difference in this life. But dude, me without my shirt is like seeing Jesus wrapped up in a blanket. It's fucking amazing. You know what I call my body? I call my body a pool body. So from the chest up, dude, I'm fucking jacked. It's like, hell yeah, that guy's in shape. From the chest up, yeah. But then when you get out, I got some belly. It's like a dad bod. It's like, oh, he's probably a dad or a grandpa or something, right? But that's kind of in, right? That's it. That's why I said like shirt off, chest up. Like I'm a bad motherfucker. So if we were able to like edit this video right here for this podcast, we got TikTok live, I'd make it a shirtless podcast. We just have to cut it from right here, where I just look like I'm all fucking jacked like a tank. Guys, the decisions we make, the things we learn about our decisions, the motivation behind our decisions, how we want to get somewhere, keeping integrity and your morals in place, making sure you're focusing on the prize, making sure that you're wanting to better this earth, making sure you're wanting to elevate people. That's why I'm out here sharing real, authentic, raw information. And that's what the whole show, Jayson Waller Unleashed, is about. First of all, you have to ask yourself if you want to win it. Because if you don't want to win it, this show today is not for you. If you just like where you're at and you're not hungry, this show's not for you. You should probably turn the fucking show off. Listen to something else. Go listen to somebody that's going to tell you, hey, it's okay. Here's your participation trophy. Good job, Jimmy. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to tell you that, look, if you want to win, you got to listen to the show. You got to pay attention. You got to write down what the it is you want to win at. Everybody's life's different. Everybody's version of winning is completely different. What is winning to you? First of all, you got to ask that question. What is winning to me? What is it that I need to do to win? What looks like a win to me? What is it I'm winning at? Like you start writing all this stuff down. Then you say, what is it going to cost me to win? What do I got to put in to win? What is my risk versus the reward? How do I get to the next level? In order to win, if that's what you want to do and that's what makes you happy, then you've got to figure out what the cost of that is and is it worth it? Maybe your job is, you're in sales and you want to win. Well, how the do you win? Well, you've got to study. I'm a big believer in any kind of sales, any kind of position. Life is like a golf course, right? We all have our own rough that we got to deal with, the out of bounds, the water, the sand bunker, all that shit. It's the same thing in sales. You can't make excuses that one guy's numbers are better than yours. Your score is your score. And the cost there of winning is that person that's winning, they're sacrificing more than you. They're putting in more effort, more time, more energy, studying more, doing the things they need to do to win. Winning doesn't care how sore you are. Winning doesn't care how much sleep you get. Winning doesn't care how hard you work at times. And sometimes a guy might outwork you and it isn't fair and he wins. And sometimes there's no justice to that. Winning requires all of you and then more, and it's the promises you nothing It's a mastermind in your own mind. Fear and doubt in your own mind. It causes setback after setback. So question is about winning. Are you willing to sacrifice everything you've got for the unknown? Are you willing to take a chance and not have what you want? Are you willing to sit here and put in all the effort because you want to win so bad, and the results might not be where you want to, what you want them to be? Sometimes when you win, you lose. Sometimes you sacrifice too much to win. Sometimes you think and you're chasing the wrong thing to win, and you lose something you really enjoyed and had. You know, we have to have more gratitude and be grateful for what we have and not worry and stress about what we don't have. Now, don't get that twisted with, I still want to win. I want to climb the mountaintop. I want to be at the top of the mountain. I want to raise my hand. I want to do all the things. And if you're listening to my show, you probably want to do all the things too. But you got to pick what you're going to sacrifice and what you're chasing to win.